Mustangs fans, Josh Rebin here, joined by Mustangs defenseman Wyatt O'Donoghue. All defenseman weekend here on the Intermission interviews. Wyatt, a native of Lincoln, Illinois. 71 total NA3HL games between Peoria and the Yellowstone Quake last season. 22-23 campaign, 41 games for Yellowstone, 9 goals, 17 assists, 26 points, a game winner thrown in there, a trio of power play goals. This season you've played 31 games, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. All 4 of those goals have come on the man advantage, and we'll get to a little bit about that here momentarily. But last season with Yellowstone, you played with Blake Mitchell, your teammate here in Peoria, but you also played with a couple guys that had some experience here in Peoria, in Owen Peters and Donovan Knuckles. What did you learn about the culture from them guys last year coming out to Yellowstone?
You know, I could definitely tell it was a great organization to be a part of. They came in right away. They worked hard, so I knew what Peoria was all about. Obviously getting traded, so you know how it goes if you get traded. But they came in hardworking, so I knew Peoria was a great organization.
And looking at that Yellowstone roster last season, I was browsing through elite prospects, trying to dig up a little bit of gold on Wyatt O'Donoghue. You had a teammate out there, Sean Olenschlager Van Collar. Did he have a nickname or something you called him just to shorten that up a little bit, make it a little easier?
Yeah, we called him OVC. He was only out there for a couple weeks, though, so we didn't get too used to him. But, yeah, it was OVC.
I literally saw that and thought as a broadcaster, that rolls off the tongue like razor blades. I mean, that that had to be a tough one. You mentioned trades and whatnot. What was the first thing you thought when you learned that you were going to come to Peoria? Peoria acquired you in a trade with Yellowstone. You're going to be close to home. Your family's going to be able to, hop in a car, come up the road a little bit to see you play. How does that affect how you come into games and knowing that they can come watch you whenever they feel?
It's awesome having the family around. They didn't come out to see me much in Yellowstone. Obviously, it was about 20 hours away, so 45-minute drive here to Peoria, and they can come watch every game. It's just there's nothing like it. It's awesome to have the family around.
And I can segue into this next point. There is a young fan, and I've noticed several occasions that wears a O'Donoghue 77 sweatshirt. And this previous weekend when St. Louis was in town on Friday, seeing his cheering companion score 2 power play goals, he gets pretty amped up. How's that feel knowing that you have someone out there that just gets absolutely jazzed to see you play?
It's awesome. I can obviously say he's my number one fan. It's awesome having my little brother, cheering for the boys. Scoring when we score a goal, he's always pounding on the glass, so it's always awesome having him at the games.
So I mentioned that St. Louis series, big weekend for you, a couple career highs in that weekend. You have 4 points in your last 3 games, 3 goals and an assist. You set a career high on the 5th of the month versus St. Louis right here at the Owen Center, 2 goals and an assist, both those goals coming on the power play. But the second one is one that kind of stuck out to me. So Casey Yamada held the puck behind the net. You swooped back, picked it up, raced down the ice, found your way into the left circle, and snapped a shot that I don't think the goalie ever saw. And if he did, he reacted very slowly to it. Yeah. But what did you see as that developed as you were sweeping back to pick up the puck behind your goaltender?
We watched St. Louis a little bit on the PK, and we noticed that they would give me room to skate. And so once they gave me room to skate, I was going to take it. I took my opportunity. Saw they gave me a little gap in between 2 players. I kind of flipped the puck a little bit, got a little lucky, found it on my stick, and put it posting in. I mean, it was just a great shot. That's all I really got to say about that.
And a little less than 24 hours later, kind of the same scenario down in Afton, Missouri. Travis Zvadra came out, played the puck. He tipped it up to Marceau. Marceau looked back, saw you behind the net, slid the puck around to you. Kind of the same thing you took off. However, you got to the high slot. Was that kind of the same thing you saw on that play as well, or was that something completely different look when you were coming up the ice?
No, it was pretty much the same thing. I wanted to try to pause when I came in, and they gave me a shooting lane, so I took it and just ripped one, hoping it would go in or get a rebound for one of my teammates, and luckily it went in. We tied the game up there.
And we're going to rewind here kind of to the late summer when it was a little bit warmer time, more enjoyable to be around Peoria. Coming into your first camp here, what was on your mind coming in, having to come into a system you may not be familiar with, teammates you're not familiar with? How does that affect your mindset coming into camp?
I've always been the type of guy that's, I'm going hard no matter what. That's kind of my mindset. So no matter who, if there was somebody that didn't like me, I was still ready to go. But when I first got here, all the guys just kind of molded together, and it was kind of perfect. And, right away, just got along with everybody, was able to, get to work, and it just kind of felt like home.
And one last question before we part ways here. Coming in as a defensive core unit guy here for Peoria, you got guys like Zach Lacoste, Declan McDermott, Sam Trucks, all that have played here in Peoria. What do you learn from them, and what do you take from them moving forward here in the season and beyond?
You know, they're all great guys to play with. You can obviously tell watching the games that every detail matters to them. So that's kind of what I picked up really quickly here in Peoria. That every detail in the D zone, the O zone as a defenseman, it matters. And you see guys like Truxall and the PK that are just eating pucks. You know, it's a lot of character that gets put on this D core, and I've definitely felt I've been able to, you know, get in there with those guys. So it's an honor to play with them.
I'm going to pump the brakes real quick. You talk about Sam Truxall and eating pucks. I've seen you take a couple too, sitting down in the low slot and having you find your way. What's that feel like? I mean, be honest with us here.
You know what? I love it. I mean, I'll take the pain for the boys and the goalie every single day of the week. If I can save a goal and help my team, that's all that matters.
Mustangs fans, that's defenseman Wyatt O'Donoghue. Wyatt, thanks for your time. Greatly appreciate it, and best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.